Hey everyone, it's Chris with Christopher's Auctions. When our veterans need to use a VA facility, sometimes the cost of transportation and lodging can be prohibitive for their families and support networks. Since 1990, Fisher House has built over 92 beautiful homes near military and VA hospitals, so the veteran's family can be close to their hospitalized loved one. Since then, Fisher House has served more than 430,000 families, offered more than 11.5 million lodging days, and saved veterans and their families over $547 million in lodging and transportation costs. And my next guest is here to tell us all about it. So let's get started. So hi everyone, I am here with Kate Melcher, Executive Director for the Fisher House in Michigan. Kate, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm so excited to tell our viewers about Fisher House. Now, it looks like you have a pretty interesting backdrop. Tell me a little bit about where you are.
Well, this is wonderful. Through the wonders of technology, I actually get to bring you into the Fisher House with me today. So I'm in one of the bedrooms here in the Ann Arbor Fisher House, and I'm just elated to get the opportunity to tell your viewers more about it.
Awesome. It looks like a fantastic place. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. Matter of fact, the Fisher House kind of reminds me a little bit of the Ronald McDonald House. Are they similar? What are the similarities?
You know, that's a really helpful analogy because everybody knows what Ronald McDonald House is. We're not affiliated, but the missions are kind of similar. Um, Ronald McDonald houses keep families together when a child is hospitalized. And what Fisher House does is that we keep families connected when a veteran is hospitalized at a VA hospital.
That's exceptional. And I understand you have a very kind of special book there that you wanted to share with the viewers. Tell us a little bit about it and what's in that book.
We do. There are actually Fisher houses all over the world. There's currently just one here in Michigan, but in every single one of the private family suites in Fisher houses, there is this leather-bound journal. And Ken Fisher is the chairman of Fisher House, and he writes a little note in here and invites families to share their experience. And they're all handwritten notes. Um, and I can flip to any one here. There's one from earlier this year that says, "It's the new year and the third stay for my husband's open heart surgery. We're so grateful for a quiet place for me to rest for the week. Thank you for providing for family members who also got through a lot with their loved ones. It gives us peace of mind. Thank you so much. P.S. Thanks especially for the quick meals in the freezer. When it's just me and I'm so tired, it's nice not to have to cook. I went through my meals at several of yours, and we only shopped once in 7 days. She truly could focus on her loved one that was hospitalized. We care for the caregivers at Fisher House. We make sure that when they walk through the door here at Fisher House in Ann Arbor, they don't want for anything. Their number one focus should be on the wellness of their loved one who's hospitalized."
That is exceptional. That is just so necessary. And, keeping families connected, especially when they have a loved one in the hospital, is so important. So is the Fisher House a hotel, or tell us a little bit about the Fisher House, how it's structured and how it works?
Well, it's better than a hotel. When you check into a hotel, you're on your own. Here, it's a home away from home. What we build with Fisher House is a brick and mortar support system. Most Fisher houses serve about 16 families on any given night, and those families fellowship together. They make meals together. They eat meals together. They talk about their experience. They wonder, "Hey, how's your daughter doing? Oh, your dad's surgery was this morning. How did that go? How's your husband doing?" The kinds of conversations that you would have with extended family at Christmas dinner, you're having them here every night at the Fisher House. It's a place to stay. It's peace of mind. We heard from the hospitalized veterans that, I felt so much better and I didn't worry when I knew that my wife was taken care of. I knew she had a safe place to stay. It was clean. We never had to pay a dime for anything. And you folks made sure that she had 3 meals a day because caregivers sometimes forget to care for themselves. We want to make it easier on them.
I think most of the time caregivers forget to take care of themselves. That's an understatement of the century.
Right? It's the
So to
hardest job
me,
that people don't really think about. To be a caregiver,
yeah,
it's a full-time job.
it's,
And we want to take that
yeah.
burden and lift it just a little bit for the families that are staying here.
Well, and there's so much emotion going on to have to take care of the day-to-day cooking and things, and that would be just an extra burden. And the fact that you take care of it is fantastic. To me, it feels like every VA hospital should have a Fisher House next to it across the country. Are there others in Michigan right now?
We would love that. There are 5 VA medical centers here in Michigan, but so far only one Fisher House, and that's the one that we're sitting in today. This is the Fisher House that's affiliated with VA Ann Arbor. And the good news is that the VA secretary has approved a Fisher House for VA Detroit. So we are hosting events and coming and doing speaking engagements and doing everything we can to raise funds and awareness to get that house built for Detroit.
Well, I know that you will get that hospital in Detroit. I have a good feeling about that.
Thank you.
So, how can veterans and their families sort of arrange to stay at a Fisher House?
Well, the number one rule is that the veterans have to be receiving care through VA or coordinated through VA, and their families have to travel more than 50 miles for that care. In order to get a referral to stay in a Fisher House, you start with your VA doctor or nurse or social worker. It's a referral just like you would get to a specialist, if you're receiving medical care elsewhere. Your doctor writes a referral that says, you know, John Q. veteran needs to travel for radiology and chemotherapy. And it's going to go a whole lot better if his wife can travel with him. And they live in Alma, Michigan. They live in Marquette, Michigan. They live in Toledo, Ohio. We have veterans that come from nearly every county in the state of Michigan and from several states around the nation. But the doctor puts in that referral, and the house manager here will arrange for a stay. And the beauty of it is, even though there's 16 suites here, sometimes this house is full. But what we do at Fisher House, Michigan, we love to say yes. The house manager will call and say, the Fisher House is full tonight. Could you pay for a hotel room for one night? We can get that family in tomorrow night. Yes. Oh, we have a family whose care is coordinated through VA, but they're actually going to be over at Michigan Medicine. Can you help us with transportation? Yes. So donors help us with all of that. They help us build these Fisher Houses. They help us support the families inside, and they help us say yes for eligible families at every opportunity. We love Michigan donors. We're so appreciative.
And they are so generous, Michigan donors across the board. But so we've all seen sort of the rough press that the VA hospitals get sort of across the country. Should veterans access the VA healthcare system?
Thank you for saying that, because a lot of times bad news stories are the ones that sell. They sell newspapers. But there's a lot of good news that comes out of the VA as well. The reason why this Fisher House in Ann Arbor has served over 2,800 families so far, the reason why they are above capacity some nights is because of the quality care they're getting here at VA Ann Arbor and because of the partnership with Michigan Medicine. And the same can be said for Detroit. There are veterans that come to VA Detroit all the time for specialty care like intervention radiology and all of these things that are hard to find in some of our communities in Michigan. So at Fisher House, we're part of the solution. The VA has some problems. Any bureaucracy that big does have problems, but we are a part of accessing that quality care. We're a part of making sure the family can be there to ask the questions, to remind their veteran to go to follow-up appointments, to be the eyes and ears that when you're not feeling well, you're just not as capable. So having your family there actually helps the veteran in more ways than we can count. So bad news stories, they're going to happen. We're a good news story about the VA, and we want to make more good news stories.
Well, that's exceptional, and having an patient advocate in any hospital situation is so crucial. So you're making it available for them is just, it's outstanding.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned being part of the solution. If our viewers or donors want to be part of the solution, how can they get involved?
There's a whole bunch of ways to get involved. The easiest way to start is to go to fisherhousemichigan.org. That's our website where you can learn more. You can hear some family stories. You can donate. We love having volunteers help us spread the word. Like I mentioned, we've got veterans coming from most counties in Michigan, and a lot of veterans wouldn't have heard about Fisher House if we didn't have folks out in Marquette that were at the UP State Fair down in Escanaba talking about there's a Fisher House. You can go get your care down there and you can bring your spouse. The gift of gab is incredibly helpful. Financial donations are certainly helpful. We need to raise about $10 million per Fisher House, and that does the construction, that does the interior design, and that helps us make sure the refrigerators are stocked and the pantries are stocked, and there's laundry soap, and we can pay for hotel rooms when the Fisher House is full. So with a $10 million goal for Detroit, we've got a long way to go, and we appreciate every gift of gab, every financial gift, and everything in between. We appreciate you visiting fisherhousemichigan.org.
That's outstanding. Well, I know that you will get there and get that other Fisher House built. And you were telling me earlier that you've got a kind of a really cool tagline and a motto at Fisher House. Tell
Of
us what it
course,
is.
why do we need Fisher House? Because a family's love is good medicine.
I can't think of a better way to end the conversation. Kate, I want to thank you so much for being part of this and letting me be part of this. And go Fisher House.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
There you have it. If that doesn't inspire you to get involved, I don't know what will. Fisher House, Michigan won't rest until every veteran can access the exceptional health care they've earned with their loved ones by their side. Because as we all know, a family's love is good medicine.